it's Lindy from Stitchin' Lindy. Tonight I am making shepherd's pie, vegan style shepherd's pie. So I thought I would take a video and show you this recipe. So here's my recipe. Okay, so for this recipe you are going to need some cashew milk or almond milk, any non-dairy milk. If you aren't following vegan or plant-based diet, you can use any kind of milk. Basil vegan butter I'm using, any kind of vegan butter you can use, or again, if you are not following plant-based, you can use any kind of butter. Get a can of corn. I am using the Epicure shepherd's pie mix. If you do not have the Epicure, you can use any shepherd's pie seasoning. I am using the beefless ground tonight. Again, if you are not following a plant-based diet, you can use any ground meat. So a extra lean ground chicken or turkey you can use as well, or the extra lean ground beef. Just make sure that you are accounting for your points with the different types of meat. As well as I am using cauliflower rice for my topping for mine. If you are using potatoes, make sure that you are accounting for the points for that. So, okay, so the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to get my cauliflower prepped. If you do not have a steamer, I have the Epicure steamer, so I am going to be using my rectangle steamer. I'm going to just throw this into the steamer and pop it into the microwave for 6 minutes. If you do not have a steamer, you can put this into a pot of boiling water and just boil it for a little bit, just until it gets soft, and then you can mash it. So I am just putting these into my steamer, and I'm not adding anything to it. I'm just putting in the cauliflower. The steam does the rest for it. And I'm going to put the lid on and just pop it in the microwave for 6 minutes. Okay, so while that's cooking, I'm going to get my meat on. So I just have my beefless ground. This is by Guardian. I believe that's how it's pronounced. It says ready in 2 minutes. What I really like about this is, Tracy actually introduced me to this as well. This is the, see if I can rip it, okay? It is a resealable pack. So if anybody is trying to eat plant-based or just wants to try this themselves, but not everybody in the house will eat this, this does have a Ziploc closure, and it's already ground. So you could take it out with a measuring spoon and just measure it like that. So I am making a, this says it's 390 grams. I'm going to be adding this to my frying pan. I'm not adding any oil because I just have my Gotham Steel Pans, so I do not need oil. If you wanted to, you could just spray a little Pam in it, but you don't need to. And this is frozen, so it will kind of let off a bit of moisture. So I'm just going to add this to the pan. And that should be good. I used about 3/4 of the pack for this. Okay, so you're just gonna fry this and let it cook through so that it's all cooked. Okay, so my cauliflower is done steaming in the microwave. So that was 6 minutes. And my meat is just browning here. I'm just going to add a little bit of garlic powder and black pepper. Any kind of seasoning that you would normally put on your meat, just add that to your meat. You can add in any kind of seasoning that you normally add, so whatever you prefer. I do find if you wanted to, you can add a little bit of water to the pan when you're cooking this meatless ground, because I do find that it's a bit dry, or even putting a little bit of the Pam spray. It's totally up to you. I haven't. I didn't put any in mine, but I am going to be adding the shepherd's pie seasoning, so it will give it some more moisture as well. So just gonna let this brown a little bit more. So I just added garlic powder and some black pepper. And it looks just like meat. My husband's hesitant on this. I have had it before in spaghetti sauce, so I already know that I like it, but it all depends on, I mean, if you're not going to like it, or if you're not following vegan, then just use regular meat. So I'm going to add to mine this shepherd's pie seasoning, this one's from Epicure, but if you do have like the Clubhouse seasonings, that's fine as well. Or if you do yours yourself, just add whatever seasonings that you normally do for your regular shepherd's pie. So I'm adding this. What you need to do with this one is you mix 1 1/4 cup of water with this seasoning. So you mix that together and then pour it in. Okay, so my shepherd's pie seasoning, my mix is all simmering. So what you want to do once your liquid is kind of dissolved a bit, you want to add in your corn. So if you're going to be adding any more vegetables than just corn, then you can add it in all at the same time now, but I'm just adding a can of corn. My husband only likes shepherd's pie with corn, otherwise he says it's a different meal. Austin, what is it called when it's got more than just corn? I think he went outside. I think he calls it a fisherman's pie or something like that. I can't remember. So I'm just adding corn to this mixture and just letting this cook a little bit more just to heat through. It's going to be baked anyways, so everything will get continuously cooked anyways. I love that this meatless ground cooks so fast. And it's so convenient if you're just wanting a small meal on the go because it's a Ziploc bag and you can just measure out how much you need. So I really like it. I'm very happy about it. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to be making our mash for the top. But like I said, I'm using cauliflower. If you are using potato, make sure you are pointing that out. So I've got my cauliflower here. I'm just going to take a masher and just roughly mash it. I used to actually, when I first started trying to make my cauliflower mash, I put it in the blender. Do not do it. It tastes like hospital food. It was awful. So one thing that I found with my mashed potatoes was I always added so much potato on top of my shepherd's pie, and it was just like I was only eating potato. So I'm trying to now to minimize the amount of topping that I have. So that's why 1 bag of this cauliflower rice is enough for me. If you want it to be a thicker, you could do half and half potato and cauliflower, or you can do 2 bags of the cauliflower rice. So you're just gonna bake these up like you would a mashed potato. So I'm just adding garlic powder and some pepper and a little bit of salt.
Tomorrow will be Christmas.
Tomorrow will be Christmas. I don't know about that. We're gonna get snow tomorrow, but it's not gonna be Christmas, that's for sure. Don't be wishing that right away. I'm just adding a little bit of salt. So I've added some pepper, some black pepper, some salt, and some garlic powder. Just 1 second, Paige, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and to this, I'm just going to add in 1 tablespoon of the Baysal vegan butter.
I just smell this.
No, don't open that, please.
No, I want to smell it.
Okay, go watch your movie, please. Okay, so I got 1 tablespoon of the Baysal vegan butter. Again, if you're not using the vegan butter, you can use any kind of butter. Just make however you would make your mash. Paige, can you please go watch your video, please?
I want to go tell something.
What do you want to tell me?
What's this?
Whoa, that's a crazy dance.
And I could walk already.
Oh, okay.
You want to see it?
Now, if you do feel like you need to add a little bit of liquid, just 1 second, you can add a little bit of milk. I actually don't think that I need to. This is creamy enough for me, and I don't want to add too much that it goes to like hospital food. So the 1 tablespoon of butter and the seasoning was good. So I've just sprayed this with Pam, and my oven is already preheated to 375, and I'm just adding my meat mixture into this pan. So just like you would with a shepherd's pie, the exact same way. So my meat and corn mixture, again, if you're adding any other vegetables, by all means add it all at the same time as you are your corn. This is my first time using the Epicure shepherd's pie seasoning, and it smells amazing. The seasonings are always so good, I find, with Epicure. Okay, and I'm just gonna spread that all out. And then again, keep in mind, the cauliflower rice is going to be on the thinner side. So make sure that you are using, oh, thank you. A happy day is when a toddler eats their entire meal. Okay, so you're just gonna spread this all out on the top and just get a rubber spatula and it spreads it a lot easier. If you want it thicker, like I said, just make sure that you're either cook 2 things of the cauliflower rice, or you are maybe do half and half potato, or if you are doing full potato, just make sure that you're doing enough to cover it. But I always find I just have way too much potato on the top and it's just not enough meat, and then I feel like I've ruined it. So the thinner I go, the better for me. Okay. I know, I'll have to watch it later. Paige has been watching the Ugly Dolls today and she keeps trying to get me to watch it, but meal prep day is too busy.
Oh, and I still want to see something.
Just wait a second, okay?
Okay. So, how do I need to...
There we go. So I am going to pop this in the oven. My oven is already preheated at 375 and I'm going to put it in the oven for between 30 and 45 minutes. Just watch and make sure it'll go a little bit golden brown. If you wanted to top it with cheese, you can. It's totally up to you. I am not, because again, we're staying vegan and I still have not found a vegan cheese that I am happy with. If anybody has a good recommendation for vegan cheese, one that actually tastes like cheese and melts properly, please let me know what it is. We actually got Pizza Nova. I hate down talking Pizza Nova because Pizza Nova is my favorite. I know, so do I. But this, we got the vegan pizza with the vegan cheese, and it was just like that creamy texture where it gets stuck in your teeth, and we didn't like it at all. So if you guys have a good choice or alternative or brand for vegan cheese, please let me know. So I am throwing this in the oven again at 375. I'm baking it for 30 to 45 minutes, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Hey guys, so this is done cooking. So it baked at 375 for 45 minutes, and that is what it looks like. So I've just let this sit for roughly 10 minutes and then it will actually like sit together. So I'm going to divide this into 4 servings.
Hi guys.
Hi Paigey.
I want to know what I'm going to do.
Okay, just wait, okay? So at 4 servings, I pointed this out on the WW app, so it will be 3 points per serving with what ingredients I use. So if you are changing any of the ingredients or adding anything to it, make sure you are creating your recipe in the recipe builder and just making sure that you change any of the different items or ingredients in the recipe. So 3 points for 1 serving of this. If you are adding cheese, again, make sure that you are accounting for that. So yeah. That, and I'm going to be serving this with a garden salad, so a 3-point dinner. So if you do like this recipe, give me a thumbs up. If you would like to subscribe, please do so, and if you would like to be notified of any new videos coming out, tap the bell button. As always, my handles are at the bottom, Stitch and Lindy on Connect, or on Facebook, my Facebook group is Stitch and Lindy's Weight Loss Journey. What would you like to say, Paige?
I want to show you something.
What?
It is
Well, we're not no, you're not doing that. She's swinging off the fridge.
No,
Thanks guys for watching. Have a great night.